There are so many artists in Pokemon TCG, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. It would be hard for even someone like me, Dr. Collects, who talks about many artists in my series Pokemon Artist Review, to keep up with this crazy amount of new artists joining the TCG every single day. Now, I have an idea. I'm going to look at three artists that I think you should look out for in 2025. Artists who have gotten their start in the Scarlet and Violet era and are just blossoming to become fantastic, illustrators and creators. Yeah. So I want to just get straight into it with our first artist. Our first artist is going to be Mingo, who got their start in the set Temporal Forces. Now, this set is pretty recent, all things considered, and Mingo already has 9 illustrations. I think Mingo's cards are absolutely fantastic, featuring this really poppy kind of pink aesthetic. Their Pokemon are always really, really cool. This is their starting card, which is going to be the Rabsca. I really, really like it. I love how pink it is. Obviously, you have the pink effects of the Pokemon's like Psychic Orb, but you also have like the pink effects that are like laced onto the trees. You also have the Pokemon who has like kind of a bleeding blue color that goes outside of the outlines, which looks really, really nice. You've got some really fantastic looking colors. You've just got some really fantastic looking artwork in general. And I think Mingo is a great illustrator. Even on their first card, I was looking out for them. But now that they have 9 cards, their portfolio has grown so much. Starting with the Sigilith from White Flare. This is one of their more recent cards, but I think it's just as fantastic. The outline is a little bit more like subdued in this card because you just have like this nice little white outline around the black outline, which I think makes it stand out really nicely. You have some really, really great like perspective views in this card. Some fantastic looking colors. You have again that heavy emphasis on the color pink and purplish kind of hues that the Rabsca did. It's really, really gorgeous. I really love how like the Pokemon looks. I just think it just looks really, really great. And it's a fantastic illustration of not only Sigilith but the environment around it. Yeah, and it still has that Mingo style. And then their most recent card is going to be from the new set Mega Brave. It's going to be a Spiritomb. So I really, really like this card as well. Again, you have a heavy emphasis on pink as the Pokemon kind of glows the plants around it. You have some nice pink flowers on the right. You have some nice green, like kind of darkish green ones on the left. You have Spiritomb in the middle, which is kind of transparent, which is really cool to see. I like its like expression. I think Spiritomb is like a pretty menacing Pokemon, so I like its expression. I think it looks interesting, and it's just a really great illustration overall. Our next artist that I'm going to be talking about here is going to be Takashi Shiraishi. Takashi Shiraishi got their start in the set Twilight Masquerade, and their first card was actually an illustration rare with the Fion. Now this card, as an introductory card, probably isn't my personal favorite, but they've really, really grown into their own in the more recent illustrations that they've done. Now, the Fion isn't horrible. I like how the sunlight is kind of coming down on the card, and I like how it's got like the heavy emphasis on like Wailmer and Wailord and stuff. I think that's a pretty interesting idea, but I think their more recent cards are definitely a lot like more refined, you would say. So for their more recent cards, we have the Deerling from White Flare. Now, this is a gorgeous card. Like, I think this is kind of showcasing that really, really great water aesthetic that they had in the first card, but just to a greater extent as you have it kind of like bending around the Pokemon. You have this really beautiful sky. You have the Pokemon in the foreground. In the background, you have a Sawsbuck and Deerling, and it has like this great painterly aesthetic that just like really stood out to me. Like, I think this was one of my favorite cards when I saw it for the first time. I was like, dang, that's a beautiful illustration, and I think that they just did a fantastic job with it. And then for another more recent card, this is going to be from the Mega set. I think this is from Mega Brave, or yeah, it's also from Mega Brave. It's really, really beautiful. It's Nuzleaf. It looks really, really, really good. Again, the super strong, painterly aesthetic, but just so much more refined. Like, you can just tell that it's been refined to an extent where it's like, you can tell it's their style, you know? It looks really, really, really good. I love the branches. I love how they kind of have almost a pinkish kind of glow to the bottom of them. It really makes them stand out among the background. The Pokemon itself is really, really nicely illustrated. I think it's just like very, very nicely done. Very kind of thin, very kind of detailed and small, but in a good way. It's got a lot of like smaller details. I think that's what I was trying to say. And then the mountains in the background, the way that they're like all separated and stuff is just so detailed and so like intricate. It looks so intentional. And yeah, Takashi Shiraishi is a really, really great artist, and I'm really excited to see more from them in 2025. And then our final artist is actually going to be Akagi. Now, Akagi got their start in the set Paldean Fates with, this really, really cool Palafin card. I think most people really like this card, and for good reason. I think Palafin looks really, really cool in it. I love how it's got like kind of a darker aesthetic to it. Like the Pokemon is almost evil, with that really crazy black shiny. It makes it look really, really good. Very, very like rated card, not underrated, not overrated. It's perfectly rated. Like everybody loves it for a good reason. It's just beautiful. The bubble effects, the Pokemon, everything looks fantastic in the card, and they're only getting better with time. Now, for Akagi, they actually have some two new cards, one from the new set Mega Symphonia and one from the set Mega Brave. I'm going to be talking about the one from Mega Brave first, which is going to be the Yveltal, which looks really, really, really good. Incredibly, incredibly done, powerful effects coming from the outside of the card to the inside of the card where the Yveltal is standing with its signature pose. I really love the kind of hazy maelstrom of a cloudy background. I think that looks really, really good. You have some teal outlines on the bottom of the Pokemon, and you have some like darker, kind of almost purplish outlines of the other sides. The wispy hair or whatever it is, like the fur on the back, it looks really, really good. Very, very nicely detailed. Just very, very like well refined. I think it's just as a style, it just looks really, really good. And then finally is going to be the Inteleon for Mega Symphonia. The water effects on this card are absolutely stunning. Like they're just gorgeous, really. Like the way that the Pokemon, it kind of has its pose shooting out the water of its finger, it looks fantastic. It looks so, so good. Just like hyper detailed, almost realistic to an extent. And the Pokemon is shaded so nicely, like just very, very appealing to look at. I love how it's kind of got like this whirlpool aesthetic all around it, which makes it just like take center stage in a way that's just like very, very eye-catching. And I think Akagi's style is just beautiful. Like it's really, really good. I think anybody could like this artist, and I think anybody could like any of these artists for completely different reasons, right? That's why I chose them. And those are three artists that I think are going to absolutely pop off in 2025. Yeah, that's the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, then leave a like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 700 subscribers, so I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next time. Peace.